Now, those are the two main games, but I know you got an entire list, a litany, if you will, of awesome games this coming Friday night.
You could stand in downtown Fort Wayne and throw a rock, and it would land within 50 yards of 12 competitive games this year. It's unbelievable, or this week. East Noble at Columbia City, and if you fans remember that one last year, a 56-55 thriller won by the Eagles. Norwell at DeKalb. I know they're two winless teams, but it's going to be a very competitive game for those teams that want to stay out of the cellar of the NHC. Adams Central Southern Wells, an old ACAC rivalry. Bluffton Heritage will be a very competitive game. Garrett South Adams, very good game. The Railroaders have to stay undefeated for that showdown next week against unbeaten Leo. Concordia and Northrop, very, very competitive game. Northrop's in the middle of what could be a 4-game winning streak, because if they get by Concordia, they have Wayne coming up next, and they've already beaten South and Central Noble. Bishop Dwenger is going to go to Chittard. That'll be a very tough game to play the #1 team in 3A. Trojans have only lost to Indianapolis Cathedral, and that was a 7-point game, so that probably won't be competitive, but it'll be interesting to see how Dwenger does. Fort Wayne Southside and Wayne are going to battle, two very competitive athletic programs. Culver's going to be at Cherubusco. Very good game last year. Eagles won by 3 points in that one. Central Noble at West Noble, again, a pair of winless teams, but very competitive. Fremont at Eastside, Lakeland at Fairfield, and Prairie Heights at Angola. All are going to be very, very competitive games this week. Great, great high school football this week.
And I think one of those games that we're going to learn the most about a team is going to be Cherubusco, because their schedule not as strong as some of the teams in the area, but they're taking on a Culver program that I really wouldn't want to face necessarily. Right. That's always a tough program, and even though it's a little bit of a trip, they're going to be ready to play Busco at Busco's place. And Lee Etzler's got his team undefeated. We want to see what they have.
Yeah, this is a nice measuring stick, probably the most difficult challenge yet, and then they have the two big ones to end the season in Lakeland and Fairfield, and you know, Lakeland and Fairfield are going to beat each other up this week, so you know, going into that game, maybe Busco can learn something about those teams, but you know, this is a good challenge for Busco. It's the first challenge of the year, really. Lee Etzler would dispute that, but it really is, and you know, we'll find out how good Busco is.
It is going to be a great week of football here in Week 7 of the high school football season. Tom will have you previewed, covered, all that great stuff, especially online as well, and then we'll have you covered on the Highlight Zone this coming Friday night. For Tom, I'm Glenn. We'll see you next week.